I don't know if you guys have been to one in a while, but you look at water parks a lot differently when you go to one as a full-grown adult as opposed to when you're like a revved up, hormonally charged teenager. For instance, you read signs. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Some of them I wish I would have read as a kid. Some I'm glad I disregarded. For instance, we're about to enter this giant wave pool, and right before we went in, I saw a sign outside of it that says, "Do not enter wave pool if you're currently experiencing active diarrhea." It's a good sign. Not really sure where they felt the need to print and laminate 45 of those. I'm assuming there was an incident. Just gotta take a gamble and assume that's exactly what happened. I don't even know how you enforce that. Seems like a self-policing type thing. Gotta tell you, the buddy system, that doesn't work. A little check and pat, not on my watch. I also don't know why they had to differentiate active diarrhea. Is stagnant any better? Let's just stay completely away from that genre of poop in general. Get that out of my pool. The other sign that I saw a lot of is almost every slide we went down. There was a sign that had a height limit. And this kind of confused me. So I asked the park attendant, and they said, "Oh, yeah, we have a lot of very narrow tubes. Like people, if they're too tall, they might sit up, smack their head. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. So it's a mandatory thing. We have a height limit." I was like, "Oh, okay. That makes some sense. Height limit, I get it." However, none of the rides we went on had a weight limit. And they should. They should have a weight. And not for fear that anyone's gonna break a slide. That is these are very strong, big screws. Just for physics. Just for physics' sake. Because I don't know if you guys remember what happens when you combine sleek, downward-facing plastic with water. But the heavier an object you set on that plastic, the faster it will go. Which I learned the hard way when I decided to enter the speed slide. Which, if you haven't been to a water park originally, it's a straight wide, it's a triple bumper. That's what makes it famous. It's got 3 bumps. You start at the top and it goes 1, 2, 3, into a pool. How can anybody screw that up? Figured out a way. Because what I hadn't been to a water park in probably 15, 20 years, and arguably, like 100 pounds heavier. And so I did what I used to do when I was a svelte, athletic 15-year-old, get myself a nice bobsled start. Yeah, get that inertia build up. Object in motion stays in motion. That law still applies. I took off. First bump, back comes up just a little. That's not a good start. That's not how you want to begin things, but at the same time, can't do nothing about it now. I am locked into this nightmare. Second bump, whole back comes off the slide. That was the sound it made. As my back left a hickey on the speed slide. Just a suctiony pop of flesh and plastic. This was also around the time that the people currently standing at the top of the slide just distanced themselves, according to later surveillance footage. Third bump, whole body comes off the slide. Except for my heels. Somehow my heels remain planted in as I skidded along those last 10 yards. They said I looked like Fred Flintstone when he's trying to stop his car. Just plastic shavings flying out behind me. Finally, my feet cave way. I fall down on the slide, slapping my body down, smacking my head on the hard white plastic surface. I slide into the pool. A tall, gorgeous Swedish lifeguard jumps in to save me. Yeah, because that's how you want to be remembered. Sven scoops down to curl me out of the water. Cradled me in his hairless, tanned, ripped arms. Holds me like a baby, yells up at the spotter at the top of the slide, "The heck did you let him come down for?" People snapping photos, I'm waving at everybody like Miss America with a concussion. Anyway, that's how I got a free lifetime membership.
Well, we meet again. Did you enjoy that clip? There's a lot more where that came from. You can rent my entire special for only 99 cents. It's criminal how cheap that is. That's less than $1. We've all got dollars. Come on, who doesn't have $1? Anyway, so you should rent it. And also, you can watch more clips of other funny stand-up comedians like me. What are you waiting for? Why are you making me stay here like this? Click one of them so I can go back to my wife and daughter.